I don't know. I guess what advice would you give to somebody starting on either a fitness pursuit or wellness pursuit? Like something that you wish you knew when you went through this self-improvement process.
Man, there's a lot, because it's easy to get discouraged when you start taking on more and more, and you start trying to even just expand your mind in the way that you're thinking about things, and you start thinking about
Mhm.
it more holistically and more, oh, okay, this is this and this is this, and you can see the balance of certain things. But I think the number one thing is like, don't be afraid, right? Like, you can always Google stuff. You can all like literally you can start with Wikipedia about a subject you like. And then if you read some stuff in there, scroll down to the bottom, they've usually got pretty good links to take you to other places outside of that. Grab a
Yeah.
couple peer-reviewed articles out of a couple journals, and then now all of a sudden you're 10 times the expert you were even a couple hours ago on
Mhm.
random subjects. Like I call it chasing rabbits is what I do. And I always like I'll think of something completely stupid in my mind. And I'm like, oh, I wonder what that is. And I'll pull it up and I'll check out some news articles and I'll check out something else. And it gets deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper as I chase it down the rabbit hole. And sometimes you get to the bottom and you lose the rabbit. It's worthless, And sometimes you chase a rabbit and you find a deer and you're like, holy shit, like look at this. This is all we eating good tonight, Like I figured this out.
We eating good tonight. Dude, that's so true though, because a lot of people just got to start. Like they'll
Yeah.
stare at all the different rabbit holes and they're like, I don't know which one to go down, but that one looks good. I can almost see the light from here. All right. Oh, that one looks nice, or that one looks pretty. And then it's like, just go down, like, see what
Yeah.
you find. Like, you might not find anything, but, I think it's important to realize, like, when you're searching, finding out what you are is just as important as finding out what you aren't.
Mm.
And I think that when people have that mentality, curiosity leads them down a bunch of different rabbit holes. And so have fun with it. Enjoy
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Go down those
I,
rabbit holes,
I really
man.
liked what you said about some people sit back and they look at rabbit holes and they say, like, oh, I can almost see the light through that one. And it's like, that's probably not the one I would start with, right? Like, don't take the one
So
where it's like,
easy.
yeah, it's like, oh, this is a cakewalk. I can do this. I can read about that in 15 minutes and it's fine. It's like another, I guess the number two thing, like besides like, don't be afraid to start. The number two thing would be fall in love with the process. And that sounds
Mhm.
so stupid and it's so overused, especially in like the fitness community where it's like, oh man, trust the grind, bro. Everything else will come later. And it's like, okay, pump your brakes, kid. You bench like 135. But no offense to anybody that's been struggling to bench 135. But it's one of those things where it's like, look, it is absolutely true, right? If you fall in love with the process of seeking out knowledge, of the process of self-betterment, self-fulfillment,
Mhm.
like even if you quote unquote fail the goal, right? You're still going to be further along by even taking that path. So there is no failure on this. There literally is not, because you're going to get better. Even if you got 1% better and you didn't make it to 2, you're still
Yeah.
that much better just by trusting the process and going through it.
Dude, yes, that's so true. Because it's like a gain either way.
Yeah.
You either gain material things or you gain lessons. And so either way, like, yeah, you're losing time, effort, and energy, but you're gaining something. So it's like always going to be a cycle. And I think when people like quit halfway through because they don't believe or trust the process or themselves or anything else, then they never see it through. They put half the effort, time, or energy and didn't get anything back. So it's like, at least see it through to that point. Like, at least go down the rabbit hole, see where it ends, and then come back up, and then choose a
Yeah,
different
because
one.
you could get to something that you didn't even want to really learn, right? Like you started off thinking it was going to be X, Y, and Z. You got down there and it was A, B, C. And it's like, oh, okay, cool. That's not really as cool as I thought it was going to be, right? That was
Mhm.
kind of a failure, right? Only it's not, because now you know where the end of the road is. Like, okay,
Yeah.
cool. Like I researched this subject. I thought it was going to be this. It really turned out to not be. Now I know I'm keeping it moving. I'm on to the next thing.
Yep.
You just roll with it and go right to the next subject. I mean, it's and that's a very specific example. We could apply that to a lot of different